I'm gonna be serious with y'all. How the fuck do people not like Mexicans? I'm gonna be honest with you. I have seen so many things on the internet on why people don't like Mexicans. Have they never had an actual tamale in their lives? I actually do not understand. Pina coladas are amazing. I know that's not traditionally Mexican, but still, Mexicans drink a lot of it. Modelos are great. Mexican drinks are great. Mexican food is amazing. Have you ever had a Sonoran dog in your life? No. I really want to understand why you guys don't like Mexicans. Because if not, you guys have never really been around it. Just saying.
In the year 1957, the United States military enlisted the use of carrier pigeons to deliver important messages in times of great duress. In the year 2020, the Rebel Podcast have enlisted their own military pigeon to deliver his messages under these times of great duress. These are those messages, and this is the Pigeonhole.
Hello, everybody. My name is Evan. Welcome to this episode of the Pigeonhole and Styles Rubber Radio. If you want to submit your things into Styles Rubber Radio, you can go into the Discord page on Styles Rubber Radio. And you can find that on the website stylesrubberradio.com, and you can submit any funny, mean tweets or whatever that you want me to react to. It's honestly anything at this point. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to go down, and from the list, I'm going to be starting as one that's just showing Jake Schrader. But I will get back to that point from the beginning of how people don't like Mexicans, because that is stupid. I am white as can be, and their shit is awesome. All right, it says Jake Schrader. It's a picture that says "Don't ooh woo," and there's a $350 penalty for it. It's like a street sign. So, I don't know if my person in the back wants to do it at all. That's you, Celine. Okay, yeah, good job, guys. She usually does an ooh woo voice, but never mind. So, okay, yeah, there it is. Yeah, don't ooh woo. That's $350 you're gonna owe me. So, yeah, there you go. The next one was sent by Jake Schrader, and I think this was sent before, and it was featured in another episode of not Beyond Bounds. This is my other show that you can find on Styles Rubber Radio, but the Pigeonhole. It is Nickelback One is an Instagram DM, which is definitely not Nickelback's official channel. Man, my English is slipping today. But they say hi, and this guy goes, "Hey, haha, no way, this is Nickelback," laughing emoji, and the guy says, "Photograph P," like photograph. So, I mean, that's convincing enough. All the memes of Nickelback, look at this photograph, look at this graph, look at this ass, look at this. I can't say that word. It's an F word and ends with rhymes with nag. I can't say that because that will get me canceled. So, but you can use your imagination for that one. So, Styles Rubber Radio, good old Style, responds to this one, and he says, "I'll play this game." He responds to Jake, and it's a quote unquote CM Punk Facebook DM. And it says, "Hey, it's CM Punk. Send me $200 to help me beat MJF. WWE bad. See, it's really me." Honestly, CM Punk would definitely send a message like that just because it is CM Punk. If you don't know who that is, make sure to look it up. A lot of listeners, I'm not sure if you actually watch WWE, WWF. It's fun. I recommend researching into it a little bit. You will find some really good inside jokes to tell your friends. So, and then Jake Schrader responds, "Let's go, buddy," with the smiley face emoji and then the eggplant. Jake, you don't need the eggplant emoji for everything, just saying. And it says, it's a message from Kanye, Kan space YE on Facebook. "Hello, this is Kanye West, the real one. Can you send me a $100? I need a bit. If you can, meet Travis Scott. If you do, wait, what? If you do, can meet Travis Scott. He's with me. Hello, this is Travis." It's all from the same guy, too. I mean, that's pretty convincing. Just saying. And I mean, the Facebook profile picture seems like something definitely Kanye would put out. And I know there's been a bunch of things said on the Styles Rubber Radio podcast about how Kanye acts, but I'm not going to really go dive into that because this right here, this conversation, which, by the way, the dude did not respond to, it says, "Hello, this is Kanye, the real one." That's him. That's 100% her. Yeah, that's him. Yeah. And now, Styles says, he's posting the chat. "Haley," it's a message to Haley. "Haley, please be careful with what credit card you are selecting when ordering from Amazon. You ordered women's booty shorts on my company Amex card, which now appears on my expense report. I don't like to explain why I charge booty shorts to the company. There are multiple things that I have definitely seen in the military, and I have definitely seen people get in trouble for. For people that don't know, obviously, if you're in the military, you have to use government computers. And when you have government computers, you have to use your government ID. So when you use your government ID, if you look up something on that computer that is somewhat suspicious, the Office of Special Investigations can track it and they can get you in trouble for it. So, an example of that is there's a joke that's commonly pulled in our shop, which if somebody leaves their common access card or their CAC in their computer, and they walk away from it, supervisor or somebody that wants to fuck with them goes up to them and they will change the background on their computer, which actually got one of my supervisors in trouble because he looked up naked David Hasselhoff on Google, and OSI had to come and question him about why he looked up naked David Hasselhoff on a government computer. So that's fun stuff. But yeah, booty shorts, that would be another good one to do. Why do men not like to vent? What's so wrong with saying, how do you feel? Telling him it's okay to vent so you can use him, so you can use his lows against him in the next argument is greater, and then the greater sign. So that's greater. It's posted by the same girl, by the way. The girl that says, why do men not like to vent? And then the next thing she says, you know, so you can use his lows against him in an argument. I mean, that goes without saying, guys. Honestly, women just be crazy. Boys be stupid. Women are crazy. Boys are stupid. I will always say that. Ready for this? Ready for the tag on the podcast? If you guys are new to this, women. My wife fucked 10 guys while I was gone, and I'm afraid of fireworks. Oh, fuck. I cannot read tweets the right way. I'm not sure if any of you guys are the same way, but a tweet by the U.S. Army says, "How has serving impacted you?" And the guy replied with that. My wife fucked 10 guys while I was gone, and I'm afraid of fireworks. Okay, yeah. Um, Twitter really needs to up their game on how they format their responses. Because every time somebody replies to a tweet and it's above the tweet, everybody's reaction is to read from up to down. I don't understand why they'll see that main thing and like Twitter really needs to put the main thing above it and then the reaction below it. That is something completely ridiculous. And I don't know why they done it. Elon, get on it. Actually, no, you don't have the company anymore from what I've heard. Yeah, so whoever's in charge of Twitter, good luck. Fucking get on it. The next one seems to be like an ad from OfferUp, and it's from a 2006 Dodge Charger, and it's a nice, good old pink color, but it's also crashed into a house. It's $3,000, and it's crashed into a front porch of a house. And it's one of those raised houses. It looks like it's one of the ones that are from like Florida, so that they can be raised, so that like if it floods, it won't actually like flood the house. But it's $3,000 for a crashed Dodge Charger? No, no, come on, no way in hell. But uh, this is a Facebook post that somebody is selling on Facebook Marketplace for $150 from Akron, Ohio, of course. And it's for vintage 1940s Nazi uniform patches. And he says eagles and lightning bolts got letter that they were mailed in. It's an actual authentic. I mean, it might be. And he adds Jake Underwood for that, saying it's a crossover. I'm not understanding the inside joke for that, but it's saying it's a crossover. But actual Nazi memorabilia on Facebook Marketplace is wild, which also brings up another discussion that I can talk about. I think I might have brought it up in a couple of, maybe in an episode somewhere else, but I'm not exactly sure. But there is a huge problem right now when it comes to bookstores. And I mean, I shop quite often at Barnes and Noble, and I'll shop at there's local places that are around where I live where I'll shop for books, and they have a common problem with them, which they're all the big fans of like the banned books. Buy the banned books, buy Fahrenheit 451, 1984, buy all these banned books that are controversial, but they don't have anything that are extreme. They have the Communist Manifesto. They have stuff about Mao Zedong, but they don't have anything about Adolf Hitler. I'm not saying that I'm not a supporter of Hitler, but they need to incorporate everything that's there. Mein Kampf was one, I think it was a bestseller of the time. I think it was considered a New York Times bestseller of the time. I forgot which year it was. But they need to incorporate that in bookstores so that you can understand where it's coming from. Like it's so misconstrued. Um Obviously, I'm not supporting it whatsoever, but that needs to be in stores. People need to be educated so that they can know what to what to believe and what not to believe. Anyways, anywho, Styles says something which says, "Meanwhile, in the future," and it's like an old lady being helped um by an AI. Like an old lady, she's on a walker and she's being helped by an AI, and the old lady has a cross tattoo below her eye, and it says, "On God, fam, this is 30 minutes of fresh air and sunlight you allow us to have is bussin' AF for real, for real. 100 emoji, no cap." And then the AI says, "Silence, mortal." So, I mean, I don't think like we're. I think AI is going to be coming like this when we're not even that old, because this lady is like in her 70s or in her 80s, so maybe 90s. I don't know, but probably sooner than that. Honestly, not sure. These AI are probably going to be used like 1980s terms, 1990s terms, but Style said underneath. Ooh, Style said something underneath. And what is this? "I painted a picture of our Lord and Savior Jesus J. Christ passionately chowing down on a deluxe hot dog with all the fixins. I want $500 for it, and I'm not willing to go down on that price." That is an oil painting. That is an oil painting of Jesus Christ munching down on a dog. So, and he is getting it all over that white robe. Like, that dude should have definitely gotten a bib. Just saying. But that's another thing. I'm guessing it's on Facebook Marketplace, but $500 for Jesus eating a dog? Damn. "Effective immediately" is a sign. "All staff must leave their cell phones on and make themselves available when not on shift. Consider yourself, quote, on call. You must answer calls from Gary, and if you're not asked to cover a shift, you must do so without complaints. This is not optional. We all need to work together to help the company succeed. Let's get some record profits this quarter. Go team." What is this, the military, dude? Do you have a permanent recall roster? What, do you get to call Gary for everything? Come on, man. I mean, we have like recalls where you have to answer that, and it's just so. I mean, if military, yeah, it makes sense. But if you're a civilian world, and if you're working for a company and you have your own hours, those hours when you're at work are when you're at work. Those hours when you're at home are for your time and your family. I get it that there's people that don't have lives and they don't spend their time at work at all, or they spend their too much time at work and they don't spend time at home with their family. Sorry, but you get it. So this is from the Fat Rocket, aka Sam from the Beyond Bounds podcast, and she says, werewolves after waking up the next morning. I'm going to kill you, humans. Is it because I threw? Werewolf. Yes, it's because you threw the stick, but really you just hit it behind your back. Oh, that's awesome. I really like to imagine there would be such a good show if werewolves were like dogs, just all the time. Where just like they were really menacing. Like, of course, they were scary as like werewolves usually are, but they just like you throw the stick and they just chase after it, and you would just call them, and their like heads would tilt like 45 degrees. Another one was sent by Sam. "Two slices of pizza are the equivalent to swallowing 3 spoons of warm oil. Do you feel like eating pizza now?" And somebody says, "I've swallowed worse warm fluids." Ah, come on. I mean, warm beer is pretty gross, but I know what it means, guys. I know what it means. Warm beer. I get it. But come on, guys. I get it. "I'd call you a fuckboy, but since your gender, I'm just gonna call." What? "I'd call you a fuckboy, but since I don't know your gender, I'm just gonna call you a fuck." That's sick. That's sick. I'm definitely just gonna call people that. So, the one true ally. But all right, guys, I'm gonna call you guys some fucks from now on. But all right, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. That was awesome. That was a good episode today. Thank you for submitting your things onto the Styles Harbor Radio Discord page. My name is Evan, and also known as the Pidge, of course, for the Pigeonhole. And if you want to submit more things, you can do it on the Styles Harbor Radio Discord page under the Pigeonhole. And it can be anything, guys. Honestly, I will react to anything now. And if you want to see me featured on other shows, I have a show called Beyond Bounds, also on Styles Harbor Radio, which is where I talk about more serious subjects. But that's depending on who you are, what you want. Depending on how you're feeling, go for it. I'm not holding you back for anything. So I hope you guys have a beautiful day, afternoon, or evening. You guys are great. Fuckers, good night.